Crystal?
It's time for
movie review.
Soundtrack of the year.
Soundtrack of the year. And as you notice, folks, we're not at Crystal's house. We are on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Literally, we're on a boat. We're doing this movie review vlog style.
Yeah, we are in the middle of a pretty large lake, Lake Julian.
Lake Julian, and we're cracking into Batman versus Superman.
Yep, cracking into that bitch like a nut.
Just to say, my opinion on this movie was skeptical going into it, because if you look at Return of the Dark Knight, Batman and Superman actually go at it in that comic book. And realistically, I'm just going to say, spoiler alert right there.
Lots of spoilers. Lots of spoiler alerts here. I went and saw this movie twice, actually, in theaters. The second time so we could do that movie review, and the first time I actually fell asleep for like 5 minutes, and I was watching it in 3D. Now that doesn't say anything necessarily about whether or not anybody else would like the movie. I'm just saying heavy on the dialogue, in a way, and not really a whole lot of action. That's how I felt about it. It was a lot of talking, a lot of building, and at the end, there was where the action was, and that's kind of it.
Now, here's what was interesting. Now, in the Man of Steel, at the end of the movie, the aliens are attacking. The other General Zod is attacking. He has his machines, and it kind of reminds me of the War of the Worlds. It reminds me of the sound from War of the Worlds.
Yeah, they've been using that sound effect a lot in movies, I've noticed.
Yes, the sound is just like of the aliens, and apparently alien equipment sounds like an alarm and just this massive whooshing sound.
The same.
And they're trying to they say they're trying to make this planet into Krypton and stuff like that. Now, Bruce Wayne shows up, and now here's what's amazing. Basically, that's Gotham City. That's Metropolis. Okay?
Oh yeah, and I did some research. Apparently, like in the comic books, there was like two sort of theories, I guess, of where Metropolis was to Gotham, and they were actually pretty close by.
Yes, right across the pond. Like this, literally.
And I didn't know that was how it was at all, because I'm kind of thinking, well, what's the use in Batman if Superman's just right over there? It's kind of strange, but whatever. I don't know how people felt about hearing that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman.
Oh, internet was insane. People were really upset, and there was a lot of people that were just like, absolutely, sorry. You want to hold it for a little bit, and then I'll hold it?
Oh, sure, I'll try holding it. Yeah, no tripod on the water.
No,
that might be a bad idea.
Yeah, and so the thing is that if your hand starts hurting, you let me know and I'll hold it.
It weighs so much. Okay.
It's such a big lens.
It could get
Crystal, you're used to holding heavy things, aren't you?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what that means.
He doesn't even know what it means. When I first heard that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I thought, oh, no. It's not that I don't like Ben Affleck inherently as an actor. It's just he was Daredevil. He, to me, sort of is like, he can do action and stuff, but for some reason I didn't see him as Bruce Wayne. Sorry, Spider. Hope you can swim or something.
Spiders.
He did kind of all right. He was he was better than, let's say, I thought he was going to be. Henry Cavill as Superman, I think, is pretty all right. Amy Adams' Lois Lane was all right. Okay, so the big one to me is Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Oh my gosh!
When I first heard that, and I'm with you, Tommy, when I heard that it was going to be Bryan Cranston, I was like, perfect.
Hell yeah!
And then they changed it to Jesse Eisenberg, and I was like, huh?
What?
And,
what?
I think that I think Hamza was right when he said that they were trying to combine a Batman hero and villain and a Superman villain.
Because I didn't get Lex Luthor.
Because it was like
Joker.
It was very Jokerish.
Jokerish.
Kind of had that psycho edge.
Diabolical.
I think we have to get out of the way of these canoes or something. Let's paddle forward. Let me see if I'm steering the right way first.
I think they're going this way.
All right, so we'll just stay where we are.
Yes.
We don't run into anybody. Now let's paddle a little bit.
So, folks,
this is an action-packed movie review here.
So, folks, literally, he's acting like the Joker. Lex Luthor is more of a kind of cynical. He's more like a diabolical villain. He's not a physical villain. He has gone after Superman many times. Now,
and I like Jesse Eisenberg and all, but there were times when it was like, wow, you're really laying on the psycho, like thick like butter right now, like mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
On my grandma's bologna sandwich.
Just laughing diabolically, and I'm like, when is this guy gonna put makeup on and cut up his face?
Yeah, it's like, it was a little overdone.
We're probably good now.
So my least favorite part of the movie, it just is a singularly bad part of the movie, was when at some point in the movie when the action begins, Batman steals kryptonite from Lex Luthor to make weapons in order for him to personally kill Superman. Well, he's trying to kill Superman. Like, he is intently trying to murder out of Superman, and all of a sudden we've learned at this point as the viewer that both Batman and Superman's mother were named Martha. So when Superman's like, Lex Luthor has Superman's mom, he's getting ready to die, Batman's about to kill him, he's like, save Martha, and Batman's like, why did you say that name? Why did you say that name? And Lois Lane comes in out of nowhere, because that's how they do the whole movie, is just whoop, bam, boom, bam.
Bam,
Lois
bam,
is
boom,
there,
bam.
Superman's there, they're always there together, and it's great, whatever.
Literally sometimes I felt like I was gonna have a stroke while watching this movie because the action was
At least Lois is kind of cool. Like, she's not like a dootsy little, like, nothing female character, but I just don't really want to ever see Superman, or any hero for that matter, being in love. I don't want Wonder Woman to have a boyfriend. I don't want Superman to have a girlfriend. I just don't want any of that. But anyway.
What do you think Lois Lane is?
That's what I'm saying. I'd like, Lois Lane's always been there. She'll always be there. I never really liked the whole Superman in love with I don't know, for some reason I just don't like the love story. But anyway, never mind. So Batman's like, why'd you say that name? And Lois Lane comes in and she's like, it's his mother's name. And get this, literally, in less than 60 seconds worth span of time, Batman throws the kryptonite sword, never says to Lois or Superman that, oh yeah, that's my mom's name too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Superman, I'm really sorry, I want to help you, I've been a jerk. No, he doesn't say a word, helps Superman up. Superman's going to save his own mother, and which is the whole reason he was in a hurry to get it over with and run and save his mom in the first place. And Batman stops him and is like, it's okay, man. Your mom's gonna live. He's basically, I got you. And Superman's like, okay.
I got you, bro. I got you right.
It's like he was literally less than 60 seconds ago, he was trying to kill you, like hardcore.
Big time.
And then just, so that to me was, as far as like a plot hole goes, or something that wouldn't make sense, that was the least sensible thing in the whole movie. To me. I'll trade you. Want to trade?
Yeah. Yes. I hope the sun is not directly shooting into the lens, because that's gonna be we're gonna look like black worms.
Yeah, you might just see this to be silhouettes of movie reviews.
Yeah. So, literally, we're in the whole craft of this movie, and Superman goes to save Batman says, I'll take care of it. So what does Batman do? He gets the monster's attention. Well, no. He goes after the mother, and he saves her, and then what does he do? He gets the monster's attention, and he goes back to Gotham to fetch the monster and take him.
Well, he leads the monster, like, deliberately back to Gotham.
And they ask him, why did you bring the monster to the city?
Yeah, Wonder Woman's like, so why'd you bring him back to the city?
Why'd you bring him back to the city?
And he brought him back because that's where the kryptonite was. And I'm like, okay, fine. So maybe Superman can't go fetch the kryptonite, even though it's attached to a long stick. I don't know. I think he could have made it across the river. He's fucking Superman. But then at the end, just for like dramatic effect, when Superman dies, again, spoiler alerts here.
Spoiler alert.
He shoves it into the monster's chest, which is great, because that's what he needs to kill. Big spoiler alert too here, Doomsday is half Lex Luthor, half General Zod. So only Kryptonite's gonna kill it. And so Superman's like, ja, and instead of just going ja, and flying away and letting the monster die, he's like giving the guy a hug. He's like, and it's gonna stay right here, even though you're like 20 times bigger than me and you have my same strength. And then he dies, and it's like big, no duh.
No duh. Yeah.
Why did you want to hang out and see what would happen if you gave the guy a hug after you stabbed him?
And the funny thing is, at the end of the movie, everybody's like so supportive of Superman, and they make a nice little coffin for him, and of course,
give him a military goodbye. Of course, some people loved him and some people hated him. When he died, it was more of a glorified. The scene. Don't you just love the scene where it's like the angelic Superman coming to save the people that are in the flood?
Oh yes, trying to make him look like a god.
And the whole time it's like this. Get me right here. This lady's on top of a roof and she's going like this to Superman, and all you see is her.
There's Superman right there.
The camera slowly turns and Superman's just hovering there looking at her like an angel. And I'm like, dude, get the people off the roof and get on with it.
Yes, big time. Get the people. Save them. Don't
let's have a montage of just you being badass Superman and saving. Not let's shed a tear for the. I'm kind of with you. They do make Superman to be kind of a glory. Batman would not have done that.
That's why I don't like Superman. Superman's a glory hog, and he flies around like a mighty god, and like what's his face?
He already is a mighty god. He doesn't have to. He knows it. Everybody knows it. It's like,
yes,
dude, yes, you're pretty much god.
Freaking glory hog. And I have to say that there was one of the scenes that really kind of made me raise my eyebrow. There was a lot of dream sequences in this whole
surprise
movie.
It's a dream. And you kind of you do get the impression that it's a dream because something weirder happened, and you go, oh, this is definitely a dream.
A gigantic bat pops out of the mom's grave and attacks him.
I know that was a little horny. Because the blood is seeping out of his parents' grave was creepy. But then all of a sudden it's just like, wait! It's like a scare tactic in the theater, and it's just this super CGI bat creature. And you're like, yes, we get it. Bats scare you. They scared you when you were a kid once. That's why you're Batman.
It was funnier in the back of the days because they actually had a gigantic bat creature with a puppet there. But in this movie, the actors.
I don't think it was supposed to be funny at the time, though. I think it just seems funny to us now. You think it was supposed to be funny at the time?
Well, I can guarantee the actors were always messing with the puppets. You had, just all the
puppets are inherently funny.
Puppets oh yes, puppets. Puppets are. Some people like puppets. Some people don't like puppets.
I do. I like puppets.
Puppets actually scare. I was in my old drama class, and I was hanging out watching these kids act. The future of acting, and they were doing it. And I stepped on stage, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, a legend!" And so I said I could do impressions. They're like, okay, tell me an impression. I said I can do Elmo. And this girl's like, what? Elmo? And I said, hi kids, my name is Elmo. Elmo wants to be your friend forever and ever. And this girl's just like, no more Elmo, no more.
Yes, yeah. I've heard your Tickle Me Elmo impression.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah, that is pretty creepy. I gotta say.
Elmo thinks it's better when you're inside of his stomach. It tickles more.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, so anyway, back to this movie that we're talking about.
And I was just gonna put the footage in there it's like
yeah, I was just gonna I edited the heck out of this, if you don't mind. I just gotta pick and choose.
He's just gonna zoom. There's gonna be like a square on your face, and I'm gonna be cut out completely. And and he's just like, okay, focus on Crystal, focus. He's gonna go all the way up on your nose like this. Yeah, sorry folks if there's some wind. We're here on a lake. I'm just telling you that again.
Yeah, it's always windy on the water.
It's always windy on the water.
But I definitely want to hear what the people think. I want to hear if, if you thought it was kind of dull, if you did like it, if there were just, what you think about Jesse Eisenberg? What you think about the characters or the actors who choose to play the characters? What you think about Doomsday? What you think about like the way he looked? I mean, I guess he pretty much looked like Doomsday for the most part.
Yes.
But I mean, the CGI was bad. It's for some reason CG always kind of leaves me wanting something different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
But,
and also, folks, leave in the comments if you want to see Crystal more in the videos. Give your love for Crystal. I mean, not being negative. I mean positive. Like
I know. I don't think you're being negative.
Give your love.
Took me off guard there. Like, see. Give me your love. I want it all. Give me your positive energy. I eat it like cookies.
I eat it like cookies. Little kids are afraid of me. Would you like to go in the oven? Would you like to go in the oven? Dark.
Kids in ovens.
Yikes! Yikes! More like when Superman was running away from the monster, and he's like, crap. He's like, I realized I stepped into something completely big I shouldn't have stepped into. And he's just running away.
Yeah, I did like that moment when Batman was like, oh,
crap.
Okay,
He's like, I'm not Superman.
I got nothing. I'm just going to run around, let him chase me till Superman gets back. Hurry.
Hurry!
As soon as the fight was over between Batman and Superman, I was like, yeah, Batman, you feel like a jerk now, don't you? That's another thing I didn't like about the movie is that they just made Batman seem like this whiny little, I don't like Superman. He does this and he does that, and I'm going to get him. And Superman's just like, dude. Chill. And then at the end, Batman can't even defeat the guy without Superman. So I guess it kind of depends on like how much who's like if you're more of a Superman fan, you're probably I think this movie does a little bit more for Superman than for Batman.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Batman,
as far as how much I liked the characters at the end when it was all said and done, Batman was getting on my nerves a little bit. I didn't think that he was being too just I don't know.
And big spoiler alert, Justice League.
Well,
Did you not know this is not a sequel to the Justice League? That was basically...
I have an earful of spit. We don't see that much of Justice. You definitely get introduced to all of the characters real fast.
Yes,
and the way that they introduce them is like, yeah, well, it's okay. I guess you did have to let us know that was the next movie was Justice League. But I can't say that I'm too excited to see that movie either. I know I've lost all interest in anything that is. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings here, but like Captain America, freaking X-Men, and what's the other one? The one that
was one of the best
Hulk
movies.
and Iron Man and everybody's a part of. What's that? Not Justice League, but Avengers. And I'm kind of just done with all of that. I don't
Except
know.
for Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool.
And maybe that needs to be. I don't know. You guys let us know. I think that should be the next movie review. Is Deadpool. Because I paid to see that twice in theaters.
Me too. I paid because I went to the wrong theater.
But I definitely never fell asleep.
I had to walk all the way to the other theater in the freezing cold, and I watched it 2 times. Then I watched the 3rd time, and
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Put yes for Deadpool in the comments if you want me and Crystal to review.
And if you have anything other movies, other suggestions, let's hear it. You know.
Yes.
If we haven't seen the movie, we'll watch it. And
if it's an old school movie, and let it be a movie actually that exists, please.
And yeah, it can be old. It can be an old movie. It can be 30 years old if you want. If it can be brand new. If we think that it's cool, watch it. And by the way, if you're like we're Dead Book comic readers, I have heard that there was some things that differed from the like the girlfriend character. Like apparently in the comic books, she was like completely different.
Completely. And one of the things was In the original, The Dark Knight Returns, Batman actually has a heart attack. Spoiler alert about that if you read the comic book. Of course, I'm pretty sure that you guys have read the comic book. Batman has a heart attack because he's an old man and he's fighting Superman. He actually beats the snot out of Superman to the point where Superman is almost dead. And then Batman has a heart attack right as he's getting ready to kill Superman. And
makes sense. Batman should probably be having a heart attack at least once in his life.
But it was, I think the comic book was a lot better, had a better storyline than Batman versus Superman. But I just want to say, folks, well, Crystal, what rating do you have to give this movie?
Oh, I won't be watching it again.
Never. I'm not gonna watch this.
I wouldn't own it.
No, I wouldn't own it.
It's all about taste. It's about taste.
It's our opinion, and if it varies what your opinion is.
No, I wasn't all that impressed.
But the movies we watch. What was it, Crystal? Are
we wrapping it up?
Yep.
Okay. So it's well, this is a movie review, and we review movies
because you have nothing better to do.